Again. So, what I want to do is create a controller character who is good at crowd control, I guess. Uh, I don't know anything about Pathfinder really, so I think the thing to do is to look at the sort of options that seem to jump out at me as possible crowd control class options and just see if the RPG bot guides mention control at all. And I expect I'm going to go with which. I don't remember why. So let's see. Smoke bomb, control the battlefield. This is the alchemist. That's the only mention of control in this guide, so not great. No mention of control under cleric at all, which is interesting. Is there any mention of role? Feats which suit your role within the party. Yeah, I suppose. I don't know what roles there are. I mean, striker, right, is not what I'm doing. Okay, so defender, healer, scout, support, and striker. I don't know exactly what support is. But I think what I'm looking for is the controller role. Yeah. I don't see any mention of roles. Let's see. Casting, focused, unarmed, unarmored, divine, and armored, divine. Spellcasting and wielding weapon. Not doing that. Domains. Mention of control. Crowd control. Okay. Dazzling flash. 30-foot cone. 20% miss chance. That's great. Yeah, you know. And positive luminance. Tracking. Thorns effect, which harms undead enemies for attacking you. Reliably harm. No, it's not what I'm looking for. Not looking for damage. The last campaign I played in, I played a rogue and I did all the damage, basically all the party's damage, and I don't want to do that anymore. I want it to be more balanced. So I'm looking for crowd control. And by more balanced, I mean I want to veer wildly in the opposite direction. There are definitely crowd control spells. So any spellcaster is going to have crowd control options. Magic. Complicated and intimidating. There is a 2E SRD. Good old PF2. So if we look for crowd control here, equipment, subsystems, domain spells. If we look under spells, okay, so this is just the list of all spells, which is great. That's what a SRD is for. Playing the game, spells, control, enchantment, blind undead, control water, take control of sob uncontrollably. Yeah, so just generally occult spells. So spell casting is great. So any amount of spell casting is going to have opportunities. But I want a class that is specifically or especially. So the Oracle is an exciting concept. The Curse, Divine Sorcerer. So you, I guess, pick your spells, focus spells. Okay. Conventional, Battle Mystery, Oracle class features, hit points, proficiencies, perception, saving throws, heightened spells. Since Oracles use your repertoire, you need to learn spells at multiple levels to heighten them. Cantrips. You can retrain or gain a level. Picking, okay, spell repertoire. Less versatile. You know a fixed number of spells. And you can heighten them without learning them multiple times. But I guess the signature spells are an exception to heightened spells. Which, what are heightened spells? Because if that's important, then to increasing our DCs, then that's what we're going to want to do. So it's a feat, I guess, a meta magic feat in D&D terms, but not in Pathfinder. Not a feat. Okay, cleric domain spells, just heightened spells, higher level. You can, your spell levels increases to match the higher level. Some effects depend on the spell's level. Many spells have additional benefits, such as increased damage. Yeah, heightened fireball. If you're a spontaneous caster, as opposed to a prepared caster, right, you can prepare it at a certain level. I think if I go with the witch, then I can prepare. It's not a spontaneous, but a prepared caster. Okay. Not impressed by the cleric. Not impressed by the oracle. A spontaneous. Okay, the psychic. No, it hits for the word control. Emphasizes spell slots less than most, relying on focus points to amp cantrips. Okay. Manage resources carefully with a reduced pool of spells. What cantrips are we talking about? Do we get psychic feats? Expand spellcasting, counter thought. No, let's see. Cantrip expansion, more cantrips. Homing beacon. Thought form summoning. Because of the level at which spells summon creatures, damage resistance will be minor. Mental and force damage are rare. Excellent if your conscious mind has more cantrips. Brain drain, a great debuff. Being stupefied. Gain a focus point. Remove presence. What are these? These are feats. Right. Okay, so I don't exactly know what pool the psychic is pulling from. 2 spells per level. a considerable loss of versatility. So you need to be able to rely on your cantrips and amps. Okay, yeah. You need to learn spells at multiple levels. Cantrips. Psychics learn 6 cantrips and never get more, but you can retrain them. So you spend psi cantrips to amp up your. You spend psi focus points to amp up your cantrips. So, what cantrips? What cantrips are best here? Yes, psi cantrips are a big deal. Okay, well, so let's look at some cantrips. Spells. Playing the game spells. Cantrips. Doesn't use up spell slots. Automatically heightened to half your level, rounded up. But with a psychic, you can increase that using your focus points. You can amp that. So that's fun. That's fun. That's fun if I could only find the list of cantrips. Maybe I can in PathBuilder. Somewhere around here are level 3. I'm not a champion. Let's just for a second pretend we're a psychic. And we have psychic spellcasting, psi cantrips. And let's just for a second pretend cantrips, not selected. Okay. Occult cantrips. Approximate. Gain an instant estimate of quality. Bullhorn. Chill touch. Siphoning negative energy. Does damage. Dancing lights. Daze. Daze. You know, I think that there is a specific witch hex. Evil Eye. I believe it's possible that hex cantrips are the best. Nudge Fate, better version of guidance. Okay. Oh, I'll have to read that. Stoke the Heart, a reliable buff, +2 damage. Okay. What's Demoralize? Those are cantrips. Spell level 1. Let's Demoralize here. Demoralize. I would expect this to be a I don't know what level. +14 to demoralize. Is demoralize is a first class maneuver? An action? Pathfinder has all these actions, which are great. You know, they're codifications of what players want to be doing. Making choices. Ah, okay. Demoralize. is a skill. Is that true? That's awfully demoralize one action. Untrained actions demoralize. Okay. I think I see what that's doing there. So, psychic, conscious minds. This is the distant grasp, combination blaster, controller, and striker. Damage and crowd control. Leaving difficult terrain in the area of effect. That's good. Good damage and area control in an impressively large area of effect. Your allies know what you're doing. And seek until they disbelieve. Great mix of area control and damage. Seems great. Sorcerer, of course. Well, only at 8th level can we get Safeguard spell. Well, that's fine. Okay. I'm not going to play the Summoner. Let's go back to the Witch. I was looking at skills. I mean, I was looking at psychics, but I think I'm just going to go with the Witch. Crowd control, clinging ice, gust of wind. Wild winter rune. What are these? Subclass. Patron themes, right? Okay. Evil Eye. I want Evil Eye. Ray of Enfeeblement isn't great. Ray of Enfeeblement, not great. The target gets a save. Okay. Fate. Hex cantrip. Nudge Fate. True Strike is not great. Command. Tactically versus, let's see, Stoke the Heart. I like that. So Fervor. Great on a blaster or with martial allies. So that would be support. Tactically versatile command. What do we know about command? Until the end of the target's next turn, you shout a command that's hard to ignore. Use a single action. Run away, release, drop, stand in place. Okay, that's good. Force an enemy to move to provoke reactions. I like that. Okay, so I'm thinking Fervor. So, okay. Let's go with Witch. Subclasses, lessons, ability scores, ancestries. Ancestries. Best ancestry. Intelligence. I don't know what is adopted ancestry. Elf. Voluntary flaws. That's too complicated. Gnome. Free ability boost into intelligence. Gnome ancestry lore. Extra cantrips. Innate spells charisma based. So utility options. Yeah, I have no interest in offensive spells. Spellcasting traditions other than the one provided by your patron theme. Goblin. Sneaky and very, very sneaky. Human. Voluntary flaws. +2. Blah, blah, blah. If you take half elf, you can take archetype feats for other spellcasting classes. Multiclass archetype feats for other casting classes. Rat folk, ability bonuses. Consider adopted ancestry. They say that a lot. Consider adopted ancestry. Backgrounds. I'm going with no. Why? Because they gave it 4 stars. Let's look at backgrounds. I want the best without having to think about it. I mean, not the best, but I want a strategy I understand. So, more cantrips. Backgrounds. All that you need is intelligence, and you can get that from everyone. A useful skill such as cultist, root worker, or scholar. Now, we're going to be playing a particular module good old abomination vaults. So there are some backgrounds in here. Bibliophile, Eldritch Anatomist, Fogfin Taleteller, Ruin Delver, Star Watcher. I like Star Watcher. Cosmic Caravan. 2 ability boosts, Constitution or Intelligence, and then 1 is free. Occultism skill, Astrology lore, Dubious knowledge. Witchlight follower. I'll never follow another Witchlight. Dex, Wisdom, and Intelligence. Trained in Survival. Acrobatics and Rose Guard. Arcana. Arcane Sense. What is Dubious knowledge? I want to know. What is dubious knowledge? Well, okay. Do we have all of these? Do we have Bibliophile in here? If I want to select a background. Oh, I can't search. Barber, Bibliophile. If I accept this, do I get free feat Arcane Sense? Arcane Sense. If I get Arcane Sense, from Bibliophile. Okay, brilliant. Study of magic allows you to instinctively sense its presence. You can cast Detect Magic at will. If you're a master in Arcana, is that a skill? Arcana. Yeah. Okay, cool. Bibliophile is good. Assurance feat, skill feat with medicine. Flesh warp lore. Eldritch Anatomist. What did RPG bots say about backgrounds? They said acrobatics, catfall, arcana. They said cultist, root worker, a skill feat that you had your eyes on. Useful skills. Okay, cultist, root worker. Let's take a look. Cultist. Not in here. Oh, wait. Because that was the campaign filter. Cultist. Schooled in Secrets. A skill feat called Skilled in Secrets. Or Schooled. Notice signs and symbols that members of mystery cults use to declare affiliation. Use occultism in place of diplomacy to gather information. Well, that's useful because my occultism is going to be high as a witch. T-E-M-L-T. Oof. Okay. Oh, did I say class psychic? No. Witch. Oh, the background is occultist. Cultist is good because it has schooled in secrets. Does anyone here get schooled in secrets? We get hobnobber. I'm not going to be a market runner. Ruin delver, catfall versus dubious knowledge. Dubious knowledge. A skill feat of the Witchlight follower. Terrain expertise? Gain the occultism skill? You're trained in the occultism skill. Terrain expertise, swamp? Wait, what did I pick? I did pick Witchlight follower. These seem different. Dexterity, survival, wisp, terrain expertise. Wait, what was I just looking at? Where did I get dubious knowledge? Oh, that's not from Witchlight follower. It's from Star Watcher. That's right. +1 circumstance to survival checks in the swamp. That's not me. I'm a witchy little witch. I guess that sort of does make sense. Witch of the swamp. Hexes. Low light vision. I like starlight. Star Watcher. Star Watcher. Let's see what dubious knowledge looks like. Trained. Okay. Not your treasure trove of information, but not all of it comes from reputable sources. When you fail a recall knowledge check, learn a bit of true knowledge and a bit of erroneous knowledge, but you don't have any way to differentiate which is which. Well, that sounds fun. You know, that just sounds fun. That sounds great. So, either that or cultist. Or bibliophile with arcane sense. I mean, arcane sense is great. Here my occultism rank is +4. And if I set my background to bibliophile, my occultism rank goes to +2, but my lore goes to +5. Arcane sense is so great, but I think Star Watcher is... Her shop is an all-domed canvas that opens to the sky. Yeah. Okay. We're going with Star Watcher with your dubious knowledge. Patron. Oh yeah, what did I decide for patron? Ooh. What's Baba Yaga? Baba. Patron. Baba Yaga. Source LO. MOM. I think I decided on Fervor. Because Stoke a Heart I can cast on my martial allies. And Command is also good. Ooh, but I do like Nudge Fate. I like Nudge Fate. And I like Evil Eye. I like Evil Eye a lot. Nudge Fate is good outside of combat. Evil Eye would be good inside of combat. I like Evil Eye. Yeah. I can't decide between Evil Eye and Nudge Fate. Hex cantrips. Can I get both? You can sustain the effect rather than being forced to apply it. It's an excellent debuff against a single foe. Someone else might have guidance. But no one will have Evil Eye. They will have Demoralize. But, I mean, this is great that you can just tick off an action and keep, like, if you, once you get it, you don't have to, they can't fight it. So, okay. Patron, Curse. Curse. Heritage. Gee, I don't even know what a heritage is. RPG bot? Solve my... Two of the gnomes' heritages give you additional cantrips using your innate charisma. But I'm probably going to dump strength and charisma as a witch. Oh, right. Athletics, strength is your dump stat. So let's go up to ability scores. Strength, nah. Charisma, nah. Unlike the wizard, using your third action every turn to demoralize foes isn't a great choice, because so many hex cantrips have a one-action casting time. I'm not going to demoralize with charisma. I'm going to evil eye with intelligence. So, chameleon touched, fey touched, cantrip. Choose one cantrip from the primal spell list. That's good. Cantrip. Umbral gnomes get a cantrip. Dark shadow, shadow fey. You can see in complete darkness. I like that. Vivacious. You gain one cantrip from that magical tradition's spell list. You can cast this spell as an innate spell at will, as a spell of your chosen tradition, heightened. Okay. Arcane, divine, or occult. Now, as a curse, I'll have occult. So I could get a divine cantrip. Well, what's an example of a divine utility cantrip? Cantrips, utility, cantrip. This is great. Okay, here we go. Cantrip, 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 cantrip. Chill touch, daze, detect magic. A divine utility. I could get detect magic as a cantrip. Shield. Yeah, potentially to block some damage. Great use for the spare third action. Doesn't care about your spellcasting stat, which is good. It's a great innate spell. It's a great innate spell. Shield. Shield. Okay, no, just good old S for shield. I before E, except after C. Counts as the raise a shield, +1 bonus to AC until the start of your next turn. Doesn't require a hand to use. Okay. spare third action if you've got it, but I don't think that I will because of the hex cost. But you know, if I can maintain the evil eye and throw up a shield, that's pretty good. Stabilize is good. Okay, so I'm going to go with either shield or detect magic. I'm going to ask on our private session Discord. But you know what? I can switch this out. The thing, yeah, so like I could go with either shield or detect magic. I'm going to have occult spells, so maybe I want to look at arcane cantrips that I can't access as an occultist. Detect magic, electric arc, telekinetic projectile. Okay, so wait. Electric arc, an innate spell at will, and does it require a check? I mean, does it rely on my pathetic charisma? Saving throw, reflex. So, is a saving throw based on my representation of your character's ability, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, my saving throw, is that my spellcasting ability? I mean, probably. So, we want a utility spell here. I mean, detect magic. Here it shows up again. So, I'm thinking either detect magic or shield. I'm thinking maybe shield. Now the other, there's the primal spell list, which RPG Bot doesn't seem to have a primal spell list breakdown. Oh, here we are. Just incomplete. So cantrips. Right. So empty. What is the primal spell list? Right? Druid. So is there... Let's just click onto Druid and see if we can get their spell list. Primal spells, primal spellcasting. Will that be using my charisma? Is that what innate spells always use? What's the magic items? Spells. Publisher source. Boy, it'd be really great if I could get traditions. Primal. Spell list. Well, let's start here, right? If we say, yeah, we're a Fey touched Noom, then I should be able to get a, okay, Acid Splash, Approximate, Disrupt, Gouging Claw, Guidance, Healing Plaster, Inside Ropes. Okay, you have 50 feet of rope you can pull from your guts at any time. Invoke True Name. Range, target. Whoa. Until the end of your turn, they take a -2 circumstance penalty to saving throws. And it has a weakness to that damage. That's pretty interesting. Invoke True Name. Oh, but it's rare. wonder how many rares we can get. Because Invoke True Name is cool. That's one action. So, like, if I were to take... Isn't known. Click on the familiar icon to add spell to it. Oh, I gotta do familiar spells first. Well, okay. True Name. So, Invoke True Name is super cool. Yeah. I mean... Unless I'm missing something, which I probably am. I don't know a whole lot about. Wait, that was it? It's not even... Where's it? Its source is SOM. I don't know what that is. Invoke True Name. So, apparently, any tradition. So I don't need to be Fae. This is so cool. I mean, a -2 penalty is saving throws against your spells until the end of your current turn. So the thing I could do, I could like start with Invoke True Name and then Evil Eye. Right? So do I get Evil Eye? Evil Eye is a hex. It's a hex. Innate cantrip. Invoke True Name. Weapons, defense, gear, pets, witch cantrips. I picked curse, so where's my hex? Where are my hexes? Well, whatever. My familiar. Where's my familiar? Pets. Oh. The fully unlocked version. Okay. Well, I don't think I can justify that for my first character, whose name is not Trig, but I don't know, Hexagon. Set abilities. Standard. Class boost, intelligence, background boost, strength. What else we got? These are arcane. What we want is the class. What heritage did I pick? Gnome heritage. Fey touched, sensate, umbral, wellspring, basically the same, but you can't pick primal. Reliable, you can change it. Reliable magic option, you can change it once per day. Huh. Alright, whatever. So for my class, we're going with witch. So here in the handbook, we want, let's look at abilities. Melee friendly. No armor proficiencies. Strongly reconsider. Don't make melee, I mean, whatever. So we'll go int. We get 2 from there, so that's cool. Con. We want, Dex, intelligence, wisdom. Constitution, charisma, strength. Intelligence, intelligence, dexterity. Intelligence of 16. Intelligence of 18. Illegal! Illegal! Fine. Dexterity. You'll eventually want at least 16. Constitution of 14. Get a little charisma. I have too much charisma. That's too much. And I don't need so much strength either. So we'll go int and dex. Yeah. Int and dex. +2 on both of those. Ooh, a +3 of constitution. That's a whole extra 3 hit points. Or bring my dexterity up. That's cool. That's great. Skill training. I don't even know what to click on. EML. Okay. Athletics. Can't pick occultism. Okay. Society. Oh, a little bit of thievery. Crafting. That's fun. Yeah, we can go stealth and thievery. And nature. Lore, astrology. Diplomacy, intimidation, deception. Religion or nature? Nature or religion? Nature. Whatever. Ooh, ancestry feat. Okay, wait. Did we settle on Fey touched? Gnome and humanoid, primal. You can change this cantrip to a different one from the same list once per day. You can cast this whenever you gain a primal, changes tradition. You know, Fey Touched is great. You can change this cantrip to a different one from the same list once per day. So, primal spells include, right, invoke true name, but they also include detect magic. Whatever. So, that's great. But do they include shield? Interesting. Interesting. Well, okay, ancestry feats, first world magic, another cantrip, gnome obsession, pick a lore skill. Oh, talk to burrowing animals. Gain a familiar. Can I gain 2 familiars? Gain. You can only have 1 familiar at a time. Gnome polyglot. Illusion sense. I like that. Gain a number of temporary... You cast an innate spell from a gnome heritage or ancestry feat. Gain a number of temporary hit points equal to half your level. That lasts until the end of your next turn. Oh, that doesn't sound great. Razzle dazzle. Blinded or dazzled. Theoretical acumen. Once before your turn, use the modifier trigger saving throw modifier from the triggering check in place of your saving throw modifier against one of the creature's abilities, in place of your perception modifier, in place of your deception to feint, in place of your intimidation to demoralize. You can use recall knowledge. Recall knowledge in place of your saving throw. That's amusing. Recall knowledge. And I do have a recall knowledge. I am going to be doing recall knowledge because it's fun. So that could be extra fun. Okay, first world magic, choose another cantrip. Versus theoretical acumen, even more fun from recall knowledge. Once before the end of your next turn. So this would be a defensive thing I could do. If I'm expecting something from an enemy. Tempted to just say, hey, give me another primal spell, primal cantrip. Good old God. Read aura. Or detect magic. Good old detect magic. Gosh, I want shield. I want shield. But I do like the idea of being able to swap out invoke true name. Well, actually, it would be this one's invoke true name, and this one would be swapping out detect magic for stabilize or tanglefoot. No, guidance. Guidance utility thing, right? Like sometimes guidance, sometimes detect magic. God, no true name is so good. Invoke true name. What is this extra? Remaining skill selections from whatever this is from. Religion, diplomacy, arcana. Whoa! Bring my arcana to 7. Let someone else handle the religion checks. Where are my hexes? Where is evil eye? Ray of enfeeblement. Aqueous blast. Alright. I think we're done here. can't do constructs and can't do familiars without unlocking the app. But I'm not going to do that yet. Share copy of character. Export JSON. I don't even know what to do with that. View JSON. Ogon. What is this? No. Whatever. Finished. Save character. Yeah. Cool. 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 Flick mace. Dagger. Chainmail. Steel shield. That's weird. Where did I get this? I don't know. Okay. Okay. Seriously, where is Evil Eye? Where am I? Do I have to teach my... It has to be through a... Oh, focus cantrips. Evil Eye right there. Under the focus spells. And I only have one focus point. Does that mean I can only cast it once per day, per rest? Feats, hazards, playing the game. Spells. Focus, spells. You can't prepare a focus spell. You cast focus spells using a special pool of focus points. Casting any of your focus spells costs you 1 focus point. You replenish them during your daily preparations or using the refocus activity. So, short rest. Identify magic. Okay. Sure. So that's 1 per encounter, basically. Which makes it less cool. But it does seem super powerful. Especially against if I invoke True Name. How many actions do I get? What are actions? You know? Does anyone know? Because basically this is what I'm going to do all the time. Playing the game. Playing the game. Actions. 3. Okay, so Evil Eye, invoke True Name, vice versa. Invoke True Name, so they get a -2. Then Evil Eye, and then, you know, I get a third action in which to cast Inside Ropes. Protect Companion. Oh, shield. Right? Right. Click on the familiar icon next to the spell to add it. Oh! I see. I see. I see. Well, how do I... How many does my... Okay, shield. Right? Oh! I like it. I like it. I like it. Yeah. So, then I cast shield. So basically I just stand there giving somebody the stink eye. And that's fantastic. And what else? What else can we do? Schadenfreude seems great. Yeah, let's learn. Okay. Charm. Color spray. Color spray seems great. Command. Didn't go for that one. I want more hexes. How do I get more hexes? Right? Like I want Nudge Fate. Huh. Discern secrets. Discern secrets instead of evil eye. That's just defensive. It's just defensive. I could use recall knowledge. Get a +1 on recall knowledge. Use that roll against. How do I get more hexes? Or is that not how this works? You take a theme. A hex cantrip. Yeah. Spell list. Okay. Color spray. Grim tendrils. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah. Time sense. Learn exactly what time it is down to the second. And get a +1. On the same turn, you cast time sense that requires extremely precise timing. Again, wash your luck. Cancel out a misfortune effect. What's helpful? Phase bolt. Neat. Read the air. Read aura. No action. Ghost sound. These are cantrips? These are cantrips. Musical accompaniment. Phenomenal.